Hey guys, it's Epic here, and in this guide I'll be showing you how to complete the main Easter egg quest on Alpha Omega. Before we start, I'd highly recommend turning on subtitles, and also for your loadout you'll definitely need stamina up and also the wall by fire sale elixir as well. Shopping free also works great too. If you have it, you should also use Undead Man Walking. So firstly, you'll need to have turned on both the power and the Pack-a-Punch, and I'd also recommend getting the telepads and shield built early on also. If you don't know how to do any of that, I'll leave a link to my guides in the description down below. They're very quick and simple guides, so it shouldn't take you too long to do. Now once you have both the power and the Pack-a-Punch turned on, you're going to want to head to the operations building and interact with this terminal. You'll be spoken to by a guy called Rushmore, and once he's done speaking, you will need to acquire A.D.A.M. To do this, you'll need to acquire and write down 4 codes in this exact order. There is one on top of the desk next to Rushmore. The next one is in APD interrogation. It spawns behind this radio, but it can also spawn by this terminal and also on the top floor terminal as well, so have a good look around for it. The third one spawns down in the APD control room. You'll need to shoot this stack of papers to reveal it, and finally head up the stairs into solitary and grab this key from the key box. Now go to the yellow house and open the drawer upstairs to find the last code. With all 4 codes acquired, you will then need to go to Rushmore and input them in the exact order I showed you. Once complete, you'll need to get Galvanuckles. This is where the wall by fire sale elixir comes in handy. Now head down into the underground bunker. You'll be looking for a static TV in one of the rooms. It can spawn in multiple locations, however it's very easy to spot and also emits a noise when near. Now I'd recommend saving a zombie for this next part. Melee the zombie with the Galvanuckles next to the TV and it will begin listing off a bunch of codes. If it does not, simply interact with it. Make sure you write the codes down as they appear. Subtitles makes this very easy, and you can also pause in between codes if needed. You'll know when you have all of the codes because when you interact with the TV it will list off all of the codes again. Now in the order that you got the codes, you'll need to look around in the town for letterboxes outside of the houses. If the letter on the letterbox matches the letter from the code, head inside and set the clock in that house using the numbers paired with that code. For example, if the code is F0115, you will find the house with an F on the letterbox and set the clock in that house to 115. Do this in order for every clock. Meleeing the clock will change the hour hand, and interacting with it will change the minute hand by 15 minutes. You'll know you set the clock correctly when you hear an audio prompt. Now once you have done every clock corresponding to your codes, head to the house which was not mentioned in your codes and interact with the clock. Whichever time it stops on and gives you will be your code. For example, if the time on the clock says 3:30, then your code will be 0330. Now head to Rushmore and input the code. I've seen people saying that you're not allowed to progress through rounds while on this step, and I can tell you that that is not true at all. I progressed a bunch of rounds while doing this and it worked just fine. You'll know if you did it right when he says he does not trust you, and at this point you need to go upstairs and retrieve the Ray Gun Mark II if you haven't already. Also go next door to the prisoner house and retrieve the free upgraded weapon from the locker. Then interact with Rushmore once again. You'll now have to head down into the bunker and find a red crawler. You'll have to stay very close to the crawler and lead it to the transfusion facility. If you stray too far from him, he will run off. If the crawler dies, you'll have to wait around before trying again, and then he will spawn somewhere in the bunker. Now the moment you go near this guy, hundreds of zombies will begin spawning into the map. This can make leading the crawler around very difficult, but you can use the ray gun from the previous step to help you out. However, once you're ready, go ahead and lead the crawler to the transfusion facility. Take him over by this barricade and he will crawl over it and up the stairs. Now go ahead and talk to Rushmore once more. Now head over to the greenhouse backyard and head down these stairs. Melee the door to talk to Martin. Now head over to storage and activate the A.D.A.M unit and lead him to Martin, and he will drop the 115 canister outside of the door. Take it to the transfusion facility and place it on this shelf with the other canisters. Next, interact with Rushmore again, and you'll now have to transport a power cell from the powerhouse to the operations building. This is where you'll need stamina up and the telepads. Place a telepad in the powerhouse and just outside of the prisoner holding building. Now have a jolting jack shoot at this power box next to the teleporter, and once it opens up, interact with it and immediately head through the teleporter. You don't have to wait for the animation, just interact and go. Now as quickly as you can, head into the operations and place the cell down on the wall. If you fail, you'll have to get another jolting jack to zap the box. Once done, you can again interact with Rushmore and then get brain rot on your pack-a-punched weapon and locate a painting with green smoke coming off of it somewhere in the map. There's one in behind the beds, the lounge, and also on top of the greenhouse stairs. Once you find the painting, get a brain rot zombie next to it and it will tear it off of the wall. Note down the code behind the painting. Do this for all 3 paintings in the order they're revealed, and then enter the codes in order with Rushmore. After he finishes speaking with you, interact with him again, and you'll now need to complete a logic puzzle in the bunker. Head to the diner and flip this switch on the wall up. Head to the beds and switch this one up. Head to the lounge and flip this one down. Head to the generators and flip this one up. Head to storage and switch this one down. Then lastly, head to solitary and switch this one down. You'll know you've done it right once all lights on the box are green. Once done, go and flip the power switch, then interact with Rushmore again. Next, you'll need to find a sparking mannequin somewhere on the map. They can spawn in various backyards as well as the bunker rooms. Once found, interact with them to start a lockdown sequence, and once done, go to where you interacted with the mannequin and pick up the body part it dropped. First, you'll get an arm, on your next lockdown you'll get another arm, and on your last lockdown you'll get a head. Now head to the APD interrogation room and place the parts on this mannequin. After it's done talking, you'll need to locate a blue orb somewhere behind a zombie barricade on the map. I've seen it spawn upstairs in the yellow house as well as in the beds room behind a barricade. Once you find it, interact with it and guide it back to the interrogation room, making sure not to lose it. If you do, you'll need to try again on the next round. Once it gets back and the dialogue finishes, go and interact with Rushmore again. Once you're fully set up, head downstairs into the APD room and interact with the monitors. You'll need to stand by the APD and fill it with mannequin souls. Once done, the APD will open, and after a bunch of dialogue, the boss fight will start. You're going to need to fill 4 soul canisters around the bunker. There is one in the diner, storage, beds, and lounge. You'll know you're at the right one when it lets you interact with it. Be sure to stay out of the Avogadro's way, as he will charge at you numerous times, dealing a lot of damage. Once you find your canister, this is where I'd recommend popping Undead Man Walking to avoid getting overcrowded. And once the canister is full, the Avogadro will seal off the room with electricity, killing anybody inside. So quickly head out and find your next canister. Do this for all 4. Once done, head back to the APD room, and once the Avogadro gets into the room, you'll need to melee and shoot him all the way to the APD at the bottom of the stairs. Once you get him in front of it, he'll be sucked inside of the APD. At this point, all you have to do is interact with the terminal that you used to start the fight to finish the Easter egg. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this guide. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.